Rama, what happened today?
Well, in virtually every paragraph of the charges to which Gates pleaded guilty, Paul Manafort's name appears. Manafort and Gates, Manafort and Gates. This was a collaborative criminal enterprise, and Gates is going to is going to disclose it to the jury if it case to that. I don't see any way that Paul Manafort can actually take this case to trial at this point. Sure, he can go to trial. He can say that Gates is lying. He can say that, you know, if you look at the charges, you know, they either paid taxes or they didn't. And Gates is saying, we didn't pay taxes. I don't know how you defend that. They're supposed to disclose their lobbying activities. Gates is saying, we didn't disclose it. I don't see how you defend that. I mean, I think the pressure on Manafort is going to be so enormous to plead guilty that I would be shocked at this point if he actually wound up going to trial.
And let's say he does. Let's say Manafort does what Rick Gates has done, what the former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has done, plead guilty, cooperate, and hope for a more lenient sentence. What does that mean if Manafort does the same thing?
Manafort has a problem now because he doesn't have anyone to give up who's currently being charged with anything. I mean, that's why it always benefits the people who decide to cooperate early, but it's always better in terms of sentencing to plead guilty and admit your misconduct and then go into sentencing, even if you don't have people to give up. Now, what's important to remember about these charges is that the conspiracy charge continued throughout the time that Manafort and Gates were working on the Trump campaign. Every minute they were working on the Trump campaign, at least according to Rick Gates, they were also engaged in a criminal conspiracy. The question that obviously prosecutors and the rest of us want to know is, was anyone else involved, and were they involved in any other criminal conspiracies, not just about the one coming out of all their money coming out of Ukraine.
But I assume, Jeffrey, the prosecuting team, Mueller and his team, they suspect that Manafort might know something relevant about an individual or individuals who have not yet been charged.
Certainly, and you know, that's why they're leaning on him, and that's why they keep piling on all these charges. And you know, when Rick Gates comes out with this ridiculous self-pitying statement that, oh, you know, I pleaded guilty because my family is so, you know, is so sad and it's a circus atmosphere. The reason Rick Gates pleaded guilty is because he's a criminal and because he's guilty. And that's the only reason a judge will accept a guilty plea in our system. And I think, you know, we need to keep in mind that this is not just about, oh, the prosecutors being so mean and using their resources. This was a criminal enterprise that Gates was involved in. He clearly says that Manafort was involved in it too. And the question we all want to know is who else, if anyone.
Well, I think there's a lot that